What if you could hike to an active volcano and then uncover an ancient city frozen in time for nearly 2,000 years, all in just one day? Welcome to Italy, the land of ancient wonders and timeless beauty. Today, we'll explore some of Italy's most beautiful places, and I'm certain many of them will be new to you. Whether you're just curious or planning your next trip, stay with me and prepare to be amazed by the wonders of Italy. Verona. In northern Italy, this romantic city holds stories of star-crossed lovers and ancient Roman power. The Arena, a first-century amphitheater, still hosts operas under the stars each summer. Medieval squares like Piazza delle Erbe pulse with daily markets, surrounded by frescoed palaces. The supposed House of Juliet draws visitors to its famous balcony, though Shakespeare never visited the city. Red Verona marble adorns many buildings, giving the city its distinctive color and character. The Scaliger family's Gothic tombs demonstrate medieval power through intricate marble carvings. Roman ruins surface throughout the center, including a massive gateway and well-preserved theater. The Adige River loops through the city, with ancient bridges offering views of terracotta rooftops. San Zeno Basilica showcases Romanesque architecture with its famous bronze doors and frescoes. The Castelvecchio fortress spans the river, its battlements reflecting medieval military design. Vesuvius National Park. The world's most famous active volcano towers over the Bay of Naples, its crater visible from miles away. This geological giant has shaped local history, most notably with the 79 AD eruption that buried Pompeii. The national park protects unique ecosystems that thrive in volcanic soil. Hiking trails lead to the summit, where steam still rises from volcanic vents. The crater's rim stretches about 12 kilometers, offering panoramic views of Naples and its bay. Local farmers grow distinctive foods in mineral-rich volcanic soil, including famous San Marzano tomatoes. The volcano's slopes host over 600 plant species and rare birds of prey. Ancient Roman settlements dot the lower slopes, showing humans' long relationship with the volcano. Scientists closely monitor Vesuvius with modern equipment, as over 3 million people live nearby. The last eruption occurred in 1944, coating Naples in ash. Small earthquakes and fumaroles remind visitors of the sleeping giant's power. Castel del Monte and Apulia. This octagonal castle stands on a hill in Apulia, a masterpiece of medieval architecture by Emperor Frederick II. Every detail follows precise geometric patterns: 8 towers, 8 rooms on each floor, an octagonal courtyard. Built in the 13th century, it blends elements from classical, Islamic, and Northern European styles. The castle's purpose remains mysterious, with theories ranging from a hunting lodge to an astronomical observatory. Windows and doorways align perfectly with sun positions during solstices and equinoxes. The surrounding region of Apulia stretches along Italy's heel, bordered by 2 seas. Ancient olive groves, containing trees over 1,000 years old, produce prized local oil. The coast alternates between dramatic limestone cliffs and sandy beaches with crystal waters. Traditional trulli houses dot the landscape, their conical roofs unique to this region. The fertile plains produce more wine than any other Italian region. Remnants of ancient civilizations appear in rock churches, Greek ruins, and Norman castles. Lake Garda. At the foot of the Alps lies Italy's largest lake, an oasis where Mediterranean and mountain climates meet. Palm trees and olive groves thrive along its shore, protected by towering mountains. The medieval castle of Sirmione sits on a narrow peninsula, its walls rising directly from crystal-clear waters. Montebaldo's peaks create a natural barrier, accessible by cable car for panoramic views. Windsurfers flock to the northern end, where steady winds create perfect conditions for water sports. The lakeside town of Riva del Garda preserves its Venetian-style harbor and medieval towers. Ancient Roman ruins at Grotte de Cthulhu reveal luxury villas that once dotted these shores. Citrus groves flourish in the mild microclimate, producing rare citrus varieties found nowhere else in Northern Europe. Charming towns like Malcesine feature narrow cobblestone streets and colorful harbors. The eastern shore's Gardasana Road, carved into cliffs, offers dramatic views. Historic lemon houses called limonai stand as testament to centuries-old cultivation techniques. Val d'Orcia. Rolling hills dotted with cypress trees define this stunning valley in southern Tuscany. UNESCO recognized its landscape as the perfect blend of nature and human cultivation. Medieval hilltop towns like Pienza, Montalcino, and San Chirico d'Orcia crown the surrounding peaks. The valley's most photographed spot features a winding road lined with towering cypress trees. Ancient paths, called Via Francigena, once guided pilgrims through these hills toward Rome. The region produces celebrated wines like Brunello di Montalcino and Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. Thermal waters emerge at Bagno Vignoni, where a central pool dates from Roman times. Renaissance architects used this landscape as the backdrop for their ideal of scenic beauty. Wheat fields and vineyards create a patchwork pattern that changes colors with the season. The morning mist often shrouds the valley, creating an ethereal atmosphere. Local farms produce world-famous pecorino cheese from sheep grazing these hills. Orvieto. Rising on a volcanic plateau, this Umbrian city stands dramatically above the surrounding valley. A massive medieval cathedral dominates the skyline, its facade decorated with vibrant mosaics and intricate sculptures. The city sits atop a maze of underground tunnels, wells, and caves carved into volcanic rock. Ancient Etruscans dug these passages, creating a complex network of workshops, storage rooms, and escape routes. The famous St. Patrick's Well plunges 62 meters deep with a unique double helix design. Two separate spiral staircases allowed mules to carry water up without crossing paths. The city gained fame for its white wine, produced from grapes grown in volcanic soil. Medieval towers and palaces line narrow streets paved with volcanic stone. Underground olive oil mills and ancient dovecotes reveal centuries of urban life. Noble families built elaborate palaces with underground rooms to escape summer heat. A funicular railway connects the clifftop city to the valley below. Krakow. On a steep hilltop in Basilicata stands this medieval ghost town, abandoned due to natural disasters. Founded in the 8th century, it once housed a fortified military outpost and university. The town grew around a Norman tower, with houses built into the hillside using local stone. A series of landslides in the 1960s forced residents to leave their centuries-old homes. Geological instability and an earthquake in 1980 completed the exodus. Now empty windows stare out over the lunar landscape of Calanchi valleys. The stone buildings blend seamlessly with a rocky cliff face, creating an eerie silhouette. The dramatic setting has attracted filmmakers, with scenes from Quantum of Solace shot among its ruins. The old church of San Nicola still stands, though its roof has long collapsed. Guided tours allow visitors to explore the empty streets safely. Naples. This vibrant metropolis stands in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, layers of history visible at every turn. The historic center, a UNESCO site, contains 27 centuries of architecture and culture. Underneath the streets lies a hidden city of ancient Greek and Roman tunnels. The San Gennaro catacombs showcase early Christian art, while the veiled Christ rests in Cappello San Severo. Naples gave birth to pizza in the 18th century, with the first margherita created for Italy's queen. The Spanish Quarter reveals daily life, with laundry strung between buildings and street vendors selling local delicacies. Spacanapoli, a street dating to Greek times, splits the old town perfectly in half. The National Archaeological Museum houses treasures from Pompeii and Herculaneum. Underground stations double as contemporary art galleries, featuring works by international artists. The seafront promenade offers views across the bay to Capri. Lake Como. Located in the foothills of the Alps, this glacial lake has captivated visitors for centuries. Its unique Y shape creates 3 branches, with elegant villas and gardens lining the shoreline. Ancient Roman settlements evolved into medieval villages like Bellagio, known as the Pearl of the Lake. Villa Carlotta showcases Italian gardens and masterpiece artworks, while Villa de Balbianello appears to float above the water. The lake's microclimate allows Mediterranean vegetation to thrive alongside alpine species. Historic funiculars climb to panoramic viewpoints, offering vistas across to snow-capped peaks. Centuries-old stone villages like Verena cling to steep hillsides, their colorful houses reflecting in crystal waters. The lake's depth of over 400 meters makes it one of Europe's deepest. Wealthy Romans first built summer retreats here, starting a tradition that continues today. Traditional wooden boats called lucie still ply these waters, though most are now used for tourists. The surrounding mountains protect the lake, creating a mild climate perfect for subtropical plants. Elba Island. The largest island of the Tuscan archipelago, bears witness to Napoleon Bonaparte's first exile in 1814. The French emperor's presence left elegant villas and 2 residences that still stand today. White sand beaches and crystal-clear waters rim the coastline, from the long stretch of Marina di Campo to hidden coves. Mount Capane rises 1,019 meters above sea level, offering views across Corsica and mainland Italy. Ancient iron mines dot the eastern side, worked since Etruscan times until the 1980s. The island's waters host rich marine life, making it popular with divers and snorkelers. Picturesque fishing villages, like Machada Marina, preserve their historic charm with colorful houses and small harbors. The mild climate allows both Mediterranean plants and rare species to thrive year-round. Porto Azzurro's medieval fortress overlooks a perfect neutral bay. Local vineyards produce unique wines from grapes grown in mineral-rich soil. Dolomites. Towering in northeastern Italy, these pale peaks create one of Earth's most dramatic mountain landscapes. 18 spires rise above 3,000 meters, their limestone faces changing color from dawn to dusk. The range formed from ancient coral reefs, pushed upward by tectonic forces millions of years ago. Rock climbers tackle the Via Ferrata routes, iron cables and ladders installed during World War I. Alpine meadows burst with wildflowers in summer, while winter transforms the area into a world-class ski destination. The Sella Ronda circuit allows skiers to circle an entire mountain massif in one day. Traditional mountain huts called rifugi offer shelter and hearty local cuisine to hikers. Crystal-clear lakes reflect the jagged peaks, creating mirror images of the mountains above. Waterfalls cascade down rock faces, carved by ancient glaciers. The Tre Cime de Lavaredo stands as the range's most iconic site. Aeolian Islands. Rising from the Tyrrhenian Sea, these 7 volcanic islands form a stunning archipelago north of Sicily. Active Stromboli volcano erupts every 20 minutes, creating natural fireworks visible for miles. The island of Vulcano offers therapeutic mud baths and steaming fumaroles near its crater. Luxurious Panarea attracts the elite with its whitewashed houses and crystal-clear bays. On Lipari, black obsidian cliffs contrast with white pumice beaches, evidence of its volcanic origins. Each evening, locals practice the traditional passeggiata along narrow streets lined with bougainvillea. Underwater thermal springs release streams of bubbles, creating natural jacuzzis near Salina's coast. The islands produce world-famous Malvasia wine, sweet capers, and local honey. Ancient Greeks believed this was home to Aeolus, god of winds. Salina's twin volcanic peaks offer hiking trails through wild capers and fragrant herbs. Filicudi and Alicudi remain largely untouched, preserving their traditional fishing village atmosphere. Matera. This ancient city in Basilicata reveals humanity's earliest urban settlement in Italy. The Sassi districts feature cave dwellings carved into limestone cliffs thousands of years ago. Inhabited since the Paleolithic period, the caves form a complex system of homes, stacked one atop another. Natural caverns became living spaces, churches, and workshops, connected by winding staircases and narrow paths. By the 1950s, poor living conditions led to the Sassi's abandonment and earned Matera the label National Shame. A remarkable transformation began in the 1980s, turning forgotten caves into boutique hotels and restaurants. Rock churches hide precious Byzantine frescoes dating back to the 8th century. The cathedral stands proudly on the highest point, its Romanesque architecture dominating the skyline. Rainwater collection systems and cleverly designed ventilation demonstrate ancient engineering skills. The city's unique landscape served as a backdrop for biblical films, including The Passion of the Christ. Aosta Valley. High in the Western Alps, this region harbors Italy's grandest mountains, including Mont Blanc and Monte Rosa. Medieval castles dot the valley floor, with Venice Castle displaying remarkable 13th century frescoes. Ancient Roman ruins in Aosta City tell of its importance as a strategic alpine crossing. The region's French-Italian bilingual culture creates unique traditions and cuisine, like fontina cheese. The Gran Paradiso National Park protects native wildlife, including the alpine ibex saved from extinction. Hidden valleys reveal tiny stone villages where craftsmen still work wood and iron traditionally. The St. Bernard Pass has guided travelers through these mountains since Roman times. Thermal waters emerge at Pré-Saint-Didier, offering views of snow-capped peaks from outdoor pools. Courmayeur attracts mountaineers and skiers with access to Europe's highest mountain. The valley's microclimate allows vineyards to grow at Europe's highest altitudes. Ancient paths called Rus still carry water from glaciers to mountain pastures. Ischia. A volcanic island in the Gulf of Naples, where thermal springs emerge from ancient magma chambers. Romans called it Enaria for its healing waters, which still attract visitors to its thermal parks. The medieval Aragonese castle dominates the landscape, connected to the island by a stone bridge. Built on a volcanic rock, it has witnessed centuries of Mediterranean history. The castle served as a fortress, monastery, and prison throughout different eras. Lush gardens spread across the island, including the tropical La Mortella, created by composer William Walton's wife. Natural thermal pools dot the coastline, with Sorghetto Bay offering year-round warm waters. The island's volcanic nature creates fertile soil, perfect for vineyards producing local wines. Sant'Angelo Fishing Village charms with its car-free streets and pastel-colored houses. Maronti Beach stretches for 3 kilometers, with hot springs bubbling through the sand. Mount Epomeo, the island's highest point, offers panoramic views across the Bay of Naples. Sardinia. The Mediterranean's second-largest island captivates with its pristine coastline and ancient mysteries. Crystal-clear waters lap against white sand beaches like La Pelosa and Costa Smeralda. Inland, thousands of nuraghi dot the landscape, ancient stone towers built by Bronze Age civilizations. The most impressive is Su Nuraxi de Baromini, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Sardinia's rugged interior reveals hidden caves and deep gorges, like the dramatic Gola di Garuppu. The island's unique culture remains strong in mountain villages like Orgosolo, famous for political murals. Traditional festivals showcase ancient customs, with horses and riders performing daring acrobatics. Locals still speak Sardinian, a distinct language from Italian. The Costa Verde features towering sand dunes and wild beaches untouched by development. Phoenician and Roman ruins at Nora and Tharos tell stories of ancient Mediterranean traders. Shepherds still produce pecorino sardo cheese in the traditional way. The island's waters host rare monk seals and vibrant coral reefs. Pink flamingos gather in the lagoons near Cagliari, creating spectacular displays. Alberobello. Located in Puglia's Valle d'Itria, this town is world-famous for its unique trulli houses. These limestone dwellings have distinctive conical roofs built without mortar, using a prehistoric building technique. White symbols painted on the roofs have both religious and mystical meanings. Most trulli were built in the 15th century as temporary shelters and storehouses for agricultural workers. Legend says their design allowed quick dismantling to avoid property taxes. Today, over 1,500 trulli dot Alberobello's landscape, earning it UNESCO World Heritage status. The Rione Monti district contains the largest concentration of these structures. Inside, the trulli featured thick limestone walls that keep them cool in summer and warm in winter. Many original features remain, including alcoves, fireplaces, and built-in furniture. A central stone archway typically divides each trullo into living spaces. The Trullo Sovrano stands out as the only two-story trullo, now serving as a museum. Tropea. At the edge of a sandstone cliff, this pearl of Calabria stands guard over the Tyrrhenian Sea. Ancient legends claim Hercules founded the town as one of his ports. The historic center sits 60 meters above sea level, creating dramatic views of the coastline. Below, pristine beaches stretch along crystal-clear waters in shades of turquoise. The town's most iconic landmark is Santa Maria dell'Isola, a medieval monastery perched on a limestone rock. This religious building dates back to the 6th century and was reconstructed after the 1905 earthquake. Tropea is famous for its sweet red onions, known as cipolla rossa de Tropea. These unique vegetables grow in the mineral-rich soil. The Old Town features noble palazzi from the 17th and 18th centuries, with ornate portals and Baroque balconies. Narrow medieval streets wind through the historic center, opening onto panoramic terraces. At sunset, the cliffs take on a golden hue, creating a stunning backdrop for the Norman Cathedral. Now that we've journeyed through Italy's breathtaking landscapes, from the rugged peaks of the Dolomites to the timeless charm of Tuscany's rolling hills, it's time to ask, which of these incredible destinations will you explore first? If the wonders of Italy have sparked your interest, don't forget to subscribe for more adventures around the world. Until next time, grazie mille, thank you in Italian, and I'll see you in the next video.